right. What it do? Everybody, anybody, nobody. Alright, let me get that shit pointed about like that should do. Alright. It is June 17th, Tuesday as fuck, 2025. So yeah, it's hot. Hot enough to not wear a shirt. So, yeah. I mean, we live out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I normally have the windows open, but because it's so hot. But I try to shut them when I'm doing this because it's just fucking quiet as fuck outside. And I know that fucking, what, like 10 acres that way? Maybe 15? I don't know. They might be able to hear it. So. Might. I play it pretty loud. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what the fuck is it doing. I don't know, man. I just fucking made it up. So that wasn't how it goes or whatever, because I don't fucking know how it goes. There is no way. I gotta figure out what's the best way to go with it. So. Yeah, I gotta go through the settings on the amp, try to find one that sounds the best with this guitar and what it's able to do, I guess. Alright, let me try to make something with that. Like a beginning, a middle, and an end. come on, motherfucker, do it. So that's like, all right, that's something. Guess it's because I'm trying to get the fucking I didn't get it to work very good, not even once, but I just made it up, so whatever. hollow body, making all that motherfucker. Actually, let me turn it down a little bit, because I turned the amp kind of higher up, because that setting's fucking quiet normally. Alright, there's halfway. Fuck, it's hot. Alright. Just making shit up, man. Yesterday I played for an hour and 15 minutes. That was fucking too long. It's not loud enough. I guess I could turn it down on the guitar instead of on the amp. I don't know. Too loud means the fucking bass makes the strings on the other guitars fucking cry. I might put the pick guard on the other Strat on Thursday. It's only Tuesday, so I gotta change my fucking pump before I go to sleep tomorrow. So that sucks balls. Makes me rush playing the guitar. I don't like that. I like feeling rushed. Sounds like shit. Trying to make shit with this guitar that sounds as good as this guitar can make it sound. Because if you don't play it right, it doesn't sound as good as it could. try to do it right and then just scrap what I just did. Come on, motherfucker, you gotta finish shit. Don't fucking do that. Damn it. I went to the wrong chord. So yeah, it was better than I thought it was. The fucking weekend, I thought it was gonna be like, oh shit, the fucking clown's gonna have a fucking pathetic fucking parade, and it was absolutely pathetic, and that's fucking awesome. I thought for sure it was gonna be like they said, oh, 250,000 people. Fuck off with that. There was like maybe 50,000 people there, and we had the biggest protest in American history. Over 5 million motherfucking people. That's the biggest ever. All to say, fuck you, we're not having no motherfucking dictator. That just is not gonna happen. Oh, he's gonna be ruthless for the next 3 years, but at least we know that the rattlesnake ain't got no motherfucking fangs. So, and we're probably gonna be going to war pretty soon here in Iran. That would be his fault too. So, but that fucking parade, man, please tell me those aren't our fucking tanks. God damn it, haven't you seen the movie Fury? Like, those are tanks. Like, what the fuck were those? They're all squeaky and shit. Like, like, oh my god. Nobody felt the need to throw some fucking oil in them shits? Holy shit, please tell me that's not our military. We gotta have better than that. Seriously? You had like one dude with a fucking drone. He wasn't flying the drone, he was holding it. Oh, come on. Please tell me we got more than that. That can't be all our military consists of. Jesus Christ. That was pathetic. So pathetic, he fucking fell asleep during the fucking shit. People were yawning. The bleachers were damn near empty. It's like good, I guess, that's the case. But it is. It was pathetic as fuck. Meanwhile, there was millions of people united. Peacefully, too. There wasn't fucking riots or looting or any of the shit they wanted to happen. None of that happened. There was some murders, but those were by, right-wing nut jobs. So it just it serves to show how fucking fucked up those people are. But yeah, that's good. It's good news. That snake ain't got no motherfucking fangs. He's got ice out fucking kidnapping people. Yeah, that's not good, but he showed his fucking full hand. It's only been 6 months and we've seen the full hand. So we're gonna get through this. I can't fucking wait for this to be over. Because then it's history's turn. History has to take over, and history won't be kind to those fucking idiots. And he launched a new phone or some shit. It's like, the motherfucker's a grifter. He's just rich because you idiots keep buying all this stupid shit. Bibles made in China. Whatever. Grifter's gonna grift, and idiots are gonna fucking fall victim to it. So the only upside is that they gotta sit there and pretend like they didn't get grifted when we fucking know full well they did. chords right, it sounds good. Fuck, I love this guitar. When I saw it, I was like, that has to be mine. I have to have it. Cost me a fucking Banshee 7A, whatever. Fucking limited edition. British Racing Green. That's the motherfucking color. And the Seymour Duncans. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Alright, I'll probably fuck around with the playing to a backing track on Thursday. What the fuck else was it I was gonna do on Thursday? Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna put the pick guard on the other fucking strap, but I need to get the tips. I don't have the fucking switch tips yet. I haven't gotten them. I have the knobs and the pickup covers for the other guitar, but I need a tip for both of them, so I still gotta get those. Oh, and I should do the string trees black too. So yeah, I still need a few more parts, so maybe not this Thursday. Fucking idiot. it by muting that fucking little string. I don't know which one, but one of them. I don't know how to play the guitar. man. Why doesn't that sound right? If I could do it, then it would sound halfway decent. Down here and then those other ones up here. Stop trying because it's not working very well for me because I suck. Yeah, I almost got him with a strap, but fuck that. I let him have it, keep it, because I don't play standing up. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to play very good, because I fucking suck on the guitar sitting down. Alright, motherfucker, finish something. Beginning, middle, end. guess I could kind of do a tattoo tour, right? Fuck it. Let's just start with the fucking main shit. It's a chameleon, obviously. And that, I think, is the death moth that it's fixing to eat. And then that is, I am stronger, greater than my highs and lows. And that is a fucking sick ass eyeball. I guess there's another sick ass eyeball up there somewhere. And then just some fucking shit that the dude put on there. It's supposed to be evil or whatever. But the dude's a great artist. He did the fucking the Slayer pentagram bone shit on that part of my arm, and he did this fucking demon on this arm a long time ago. Fucking A. Probably like 2000, maybe 2001. But that dude's up here, or here in Colorado, so I went back to him. He did the eyeball. He's done the eyeballs. And then the galaxy. There's a planet, I think, back here somewhere. A blue planet. There's a couple planets in here. There's a galaxy, like right here. And then some shit here. I don't know, just some sick ass shit. Shane Muntz did that. He's in Vegas, though, so I don't see him very often. He was in Pennsylvania. I flew all the way the fuck to Pennsylvania, half blind with a homie, so that I could get that skull. It's like an anatomically correct skull or whatever. That line right there is when I burned the shit out of myself fixing a radiator. Dumped all the hot coolant all over me. And yeah, the skin came off. But he did that one. He did the cat on that specific trip. He did my thumbs. That was a long time ago. It was like 2012, I think. See, when I went and did that shit, he did my thumbs, he did the skull, he did the cat. He did some shit on the back of my neck, but that's been covered up, already covered it up. What else did he do on that trip? I think that was it. Went out there for like 4 or 5 tattoos. Yeah. Anyway, small tattoo tour. Just the shit on my head and a couple of the other ones. Yeah, anyway. Alright, wrap this up, motherfucker. Do something, Jesus Christ. I guess that'll be good enough for today. It's only Tuesday, so yeah. Until tomorrow, late on.